Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my weekly deck reviews. This is going to be a super fun week because I didn't play with cards at all this week. I played with tiles. So if you want to hear my thoughts on the Sawyer's Path Tarot tiles and the Sawyer's Lenormand tiles, stick around. See how fancy that was? I feel so fancy. So I have to tell you guys, these were a blast to play with this week. I knew they would be, but what really actually was fun, so I'm just going to show some of these while I talk, is that, sorry for my chip nail polish, it's still chipped. I've been filming for a week with chip nail polish. I'm sure you're over it by now. What's really cool about these is that because of their size, and I mean like these things are tiny. Let me grab, I always do this to myself. I never have something, I never have like a size reference nearby that's standard. I got nothing, I'm sorry, but they're really little. Like there's my hand. So they're tiny. But what's neat about these is that because of their size, they are perfect for just pulling out and throwing a really large spread down. Because they're so little, they take up no space at all. So this week while I played with these, I also had a really adorable mini reading cloth that Peggy had made me a while back. This cloth was actually inspired by my Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle, which is what Peggy originally made this for. But this cloth was so perfect for these tiles. First of all, check out the adorable little embroidered crystal ball. Is that not the cutest thing ever? So it's like a velvet on one side, and this side is a faux suede. It feels really nice, and it doesn't wrinkle. Like I was able to just ball it up and like scrunch it in my bag with my tiles, and nothing happened. I could just open it back up, and it was perfect. I want her to make a million more of these, but working with velvet makes her really cranky. So I have to like pick and choose when I ask for velvety things, or like the faux suede isn't as bad, but the velvet has a tendency to like apparently be really difficult to sew. But she did a beautiful job, look. But look at the size of this cloth. Like it's really cute. Like here's my head. It's actually really small. I would say it's I don't know. I can't measure things. I don't even have a ruler. 8 to 10 inches, I guess, square. But I could put the biggest spread. Like look how many of these freaking tiles will fit on this little bitty cloth. So I actually had a really great time this week using these. I'm sorry, I should show more of these. And I also really love the astrological associations on the back. So I used pulled these for really big spreads. And what I would do is I have them in this nice big bag that Peggy made me. So this is bigger than her, so hold on. Reference points are sometimes useful. This is her large size bags that she sells, but this size bag is perfect for like a really big, this was actually designed originally to fit the Moonchild Tarot in its box comfortably. So this has my Lenormand tiles in it. It's the perfect size, but then for the tarot tiles, because there's so many more of them, I needed a bigger bag. So this is now, I guess, like a extra large Peggy bag. This is a large Peggy bag. Sound like I'm commercialing, marketing, infomercialing, Peggy stuff. But it's because I'm trying to make a point. So I would put them in this big bag and I would just pull the strings tight and I would just kind of like focus on my question and like maneuver this around and like massage it a little and like all of that kind of stuff. And then when I was ready, I would draw with my left hand, because old school tarot thinking is that because your left hand is more receptive and your non-dominant hand is more receptive. So if you're a left-handed person, your right hand would be your more receptive side. There's also a bit here about like left brain, right brain, so you could also look at it that way, which would have less to do with your dominant hand and more to do with left brain is right hand, so that's your like logical side. Right brain is left hand, so that's your more creative side. Have I lost you yet? So I would draw with my left hand, and I would just kind of rummage around while I was focusing on that particular prompt. So if it was a spread, while I was focusing on that particular draw, it was that prompt in the spread. Do you know what I mean? So then I would pull out whatever and lay it down in my spread. I also love, because of the astrological, I can't talk, you guys. Because of the this is why I never have bloopers, because I just freaking leave them in my video. Astrological associations. I love these because I would look at the image on the card itself, and then I would, so this is the Fool, and I would flip it over, and I'd be like, okay, so air and Uranus, and it just gave me that extra little bit, which I think is so fun, These are going to always be close at hand, and these will probably be my go-to whenever I do large spreads because it was so much fun to lay out a large spread with these. Now, I'm talking about these, and I know they're not super easy to get right now, so let me give you the rundown on that as I understand it. So, while I show you more pretty tiles. These are made by Sawyer. She is a tattoo artist and just a brilliant artist in general. And she created the Sawyer's Path Tarot, which is now, I think she's finally got it was out of print, but I think she's working on a way for you to be able to get it ongoing, but not in like, she won't have to purchase large batches, but so it's kind of semi out of print. And what she does is she puts her artwork from the tarot deck onto these wooden tiles. It's a lightweight wood, and then these are wood burnt with the astrological, like they're wood burnt around the edges, and then the astrological glyphs and elemental glyphs are wood burnt onto each one, and the fronts are coated in a really crystal clear resin that she obviously has got down to a fine science because these are like beautifully done. The only thing I've noticed, oh sorry, I'm going to scroll for a second. Sometimes my faces stick together just a tiny bit. So what I did was I sprinkled in about maybe a teaspoon or less of cornstarch, which I would not recommend if you think there's any chance that they're going to get wet, which hopefully they shouldn't get wet. But and then I closed up the bag and I gave everything a really good shake. And that very, very fine cornstarch just helped to create just enough, kind of like a fanning powder if your deck is sticky. I don't know if you're familiar with that. You could probably use fanning powder for these as well. But it's just every once in a while they just seem to kind of want to cling to each other just a little bit. But they are perfectly clear. And whenever that happened, when I separated them, there was no damage to the resin or anything like that. So these are still just perfect. Anyway, rundown on these. So I believe she still does sell these and make these. I'm pretty sure that what she's done is on her Etsy shop, which I will have linked down below. In the description box on her Etsy shop is where she will list when she has openings on a wait list or whatnot, because these are obviously a very time-consuming project. So yeah, these, but I can't rave about these enough. They're so unique. It's so wonderful to have. You can obviously draw, and then you can pick up a handful and cast these, which I haven't done yet, but I just really love using them for larger spreads. So all this week I was doing larger spreads. I was also doing some single card draws and stuff like that. But for the most part, larger spreads were so much fun that I just kept doing it. I did the Chiron spread that Cassia at Tarot Map created during her Tarot-thon video. So I put that post on Instagram. Definitely check out Kassia's presentation on Chiron. It was fabulous. She created an amazing handout that was really fun and wonderful. And if you don't know, Chiron is the astrological body that is associated sort of with your wounds. And so there's a lot there about healing and growth, which is totally my jam. So I really enjoyed it. And the spread was amazing. Tarot tiles, so much fun. And as you can tell, I picked out coordinated fabrics. So the purple one has the tiles, tarot tiles, and then the white one has, it's kind of a creamy ivory color, has the Lenormand tiles. And these are also lined with a velvet as well, so that there's nice and soft cushioning my tiles, making them feel special. So the Lenormand tiles I had just as much fun with. I typically pulled these 3 at a time, and on a question or just as a daily prediction, just to accompany my day. Again, laying out a grand tableau with these bad boys is like tiny. It's amazing. And then you can see everything. And because Jamie's art is so vibrant and bold and vivid, these are like amazing Lenormand cards for being able to just spot what you're looking at right away. Like they are perfect for that. Like you can tell right away that's mice. And I have like terrible eyes too, so that's birds. But the way she does her colors and her contrast, it's just so easy to spot. Also, can we just talk about the snake that is not super evil looking? Like, I understand that snake in Lenormand is often trouble and all these kinds of things, but snake, depending on how you read, could also be transformation and shedding an old life and things like that. So we don't want to dig too deep with Lenormand, but it could also be other, you could assign other keyword to it. Keywords, so I love that this is a neutral snake. Snake friends. But anyways, you get a feel for the artwork. It's stunning. I believe there are still some Sawyer's Lenormand card decks in her shop. So same story with these. These on the back, because they're Lenormand, they don't have astrological associations. They just have her Sawyer's Path logo on the back, which is beautifully wood burnt as well. And oh my gosh, even if you are not into these tiles, take a look at Jamie's shop because she's making amazing things right now. Like she is making like card holding stands and like Wheel of the Year things and cards, like tarot cards made out of wood with her artwork engraved into that. You guys, check it out. Check it out. And I'm pretty sure she's going to be at Newt's next year, Northwest Tarot Symposium. I keep squishing it into its acronym because I didn't know that's what it was called. And when Jen, my sister Jen from Jen's Balanced Tarot, when she and I went this year, we ran into somebody at like Powell bookstores before. He's like, oh, you're going to Newt's? And I was like, what's Newt's? Like I knew what he was talking about. And then I realized that like Newt, N-E-W-T, is sort of like the mascot for Northwest Tarot Symposium. And when you spell out N-W-T-S, Newt's, it makes sense, right? Anyways, now I can't stop. That was the punchline. I'm apparently very hyper at the moment. I've had a venti Starbucks latte, so you're welcome. That was what I worked with this last week. Let's talk about what I'm going to work with next week. I think I just disturbed him. Did you see Bruno? Oh, and there's Shayla with her cameo. Where's she going? Oh, look, I got a dog either side. Aww. Okay, next week. First, can we just talk? See, I'm going to be an infomercial. I'm sorry. Feel free to skip this part. But look at the beautiful embroidered bag Peggy made me for this next deck. Isn't that great? Look at that, like, when the light catches it, it's actually got a little bit of sheen. This, like, rosy pink heart tree. Isn't it great? She recently got caught up on a bunch of my, like, honeydew requests. So that is for this little charming deck, the Tarot of Trees. Mine is still in order even. This is a smaller than standard size deck. I'm really, really, really excited to work with this. I picked this up a while ago and I just haven't dedicated the time to it yet. But every time I flip through it, it makes me smile because even though the entire deck is trees and you would think that would be kind of tricky to read, the artist does such a great job. Look at the Hermit of showing the meaning. Look at the seasons with the trees. Oh, anyway, I will do a full flip through of this deck and put it up on my channel soon because I know that somebody had requested that here on the channel. I have already edged my deck in black, which I did shortly after I got it. It just looks so good. The backings are so pretty. Cannot wait to work with this one. And it is, because it's small, a smaller deck, it's in just this cute little small bag. Love it. And the Oracle deck I'm going to be working with this week is the Magic and Mediums Oracle. Now I've filmed a full flip through and unboxing of this deck. It will go up on Tuesday, so watch for that. You'll get to see all of the cards, but for now I'll give you a quick little preview. So, because time travel is the thing on YouTube, we're going to show you the cards before I've unboxed them. Anyway, that is the book. And these are the backings. These are on a linen. See if I can get the light to catch the texture on the cards. It's on a linen finished cardstock. So similar to the Pagan Otherworlds. Not quite as luxurious feeling as the Pagan Otherworlds, but still very luxurious feeling. The artwork is incredible. I'm so excited to work with these. You just don't know. This is another deck that I'm fairly confident is going to move into the decks that I work with as part of my spiritual practice section of my collection, because these do all represent different magical practices and techniques, and I feel like that might be how I use it, but we'll see. I'm going to use it like a regular Oracle deck. I really should cut some of this stuff out. I'm going to use this like a regular Oracle deck this week. I'm sorry to everyone who's watching this on closed captioning. You just got an eyeful. Anyways, I'm going to use it like a regular Oracle deck, and we'll see how it reads that way, because I'm always curious how decks like this perform. But I feel like this one with the Tarot of Trees is kind of a fun combination, so it's just going to get me in my witchy space. We'll see, but I'm excited to work with this. This one does not have a bag yet because I have to wait again. Peggy has things to do, but I'll have to think of something fun. If you have any ideas of like what I should ask her to do for me for this bag, like should it be a black bag with like maybe like a copper colored triple moon? That could be really cool for this one. Do I have a triple moon bag yet? I don't think I do. Ooh, ideas. If you have ideas for what I should ask Peggy to make me for this deck, let me know down below. And that would be fun. yeah, if you have any ideas, just like color schemes, I'm thinking probably something black with copper because this box, right? Can we talk about how gorgeous this box is? Can we also just randomly talk about the fact that I really want the blush pink Soul Cards Tarot and it's currently out of stock? Can we talk about that? I want to talk about that. This is not the video for that though, so I will let you all go. But before you go, please do remember to comment down below. Let me know what you're working with lately, this week, this month, this year. What is the deck that is sitting out on your working space or that you have close at hand? What is your deck crush right now? I'm curious to know if you have any of the decks or special tools that I've talked about this week. Let me know down below your thoughts on those, how you've been enjoying those or working with those. I'm always really interested to hear your guys' experiences too. And you never know, you could totally enable me to buy something. I know that I definitely help you guys find fun new things to buy. So return the favor. Anyways, I hope you have a great day wherever you might be. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to book a reading with me, the link to my Etsy shop is always down below, along with the link to Peggy's Etsy shop. So feel free to check that out. She is currently sewing a humongous batch of new things, so there'll be new things hitting her shop soon. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you again very, very soon.